Hi everyone, welcome back to One Finance, and in this video we're going to cover Apple fundamental and technical analysis. So here's our quick disclaimer, and our discussion points for today. We have fundamental, the usual technical market update. We also have outlook, and lastly the trading results for the last 7 days. So for the fundamental analysis, here are some figures from Apple as of January 16, 2023. But these figures are or were actually extracted from eToro, and that's around third quarter as of third quarter 2022. So total revenue is uptrend, net income is also uptrend, good figures for total assets, very stable as well as total liabilities. Now for some financial ratios here, we have I got the 5-year average. Okay, so for the sales revenue, we have 11.46%, so still positive. For the net profit margin, pretty high. That's 23.5. 5-year average for the debt equity ratio, it's also quite high. That's 1.95. So the company is leveraged. And then for the 5-year PE ratio, we have 34 high, and then we also have 18 low. And if you're going to look at the current PE of Apple, that's around 22. So it's pretty much near its 5-year low. Now, the ROE is very impressive. That's triple digit, 175%. Okay, so for the competition, I have here Microsoft, Xiaomi, Sony, and Samsung. So these are companies that are engaged in not just software but hardware as well, electronic devices and gadgets. So we have for Apple, book value is around $3. Computed market or computed fair value by Mabuhay Fund is around 145 per share. The current price is 137. Okay, so it's pretty much undervalued. Okay, we can still see some upside, but the P/E ratio is around 22. Now, for Microsoft, we also have some metrics here, but for the fair value versus the current price, it's quite overvalued. Okay, for Xiaomi, that's 15 versus current price of 11. We still have an upside here for Sony, 105 versus 89 current price. We still have some upside, but for Samsung, we have a fair value of 900, current price of 1255. So it's a bit overvalued. But if you're going to look at the PE ratio, Samsung is actually one of the companies with very affordable PE ratio, and the most expensive one is Xiaomi. But yeah, let's try to see if the fundamental would also let's say fit or recommend the technical. So for Apple's technical analysis, we have here the daily chart. We're looking at its closing price at 137, which is currently trading um, above this key support of 125, and then just right below the key resistance of 140. Now the pre-COVID is around 80, and the COVID bottom is around 60, so it's quite far. And Mabuhay Fund, although Mabuhay Fund don't have Apple stock yet in its portfolio, but we're looking at this key support level here at sub 125, probably at 110 or 100, just near this gap here, which is around, I think this is June or July, August 2020. So that gap has never been um, bridged yet. So we might see Apple going to sub 125 near 110. So I think that's very ideal from a boyfriend to expose the portfolio with Apple. Okay, so for the moving average convergence divergence, we have here a weakening um, upside, and the RSI is also nearing the overbought level. So we might see a bit of a downside right after maybe testing 140 resistance. So for the weekly, trying to zoom out here. Here's the COVID top and bottom. So we can see that candle for the last 3 weeks is basically pushing an upward, but we can also see here for the last candle last week. That's pretty much heading for a downward. RSI is moving sideways, near oversold. MACD still sideways, but we can see here that there's a bit of an upside pressure, but there's no volume supported right here. So it's still a wait and see next week if the company or the stock would test 140 or would revisit 125. Okay, for market updates and news, we have here Apple wins appeal to keep 308 million US patent, so that's very positive. Now for the tech layoffs, we I think we started with Microsoft and now we have Google, so I think it's pretty much contagious for the rest of the tech sectors, going the slow in let's say sales growth and a bit of a gloomy um, direction for this year, heading to recession concerns. For we also have here a negative. Apple will struggle to return to growth as iPhone demand drops. So that was a warning from JP Morgan. And here we have some positive news. So global smartphone market just fell off a cliff, but Apple beat the odds. And also the new products and services Apple has its for its customers. So that's a bit of a positive news also. So what's the outlook of a boy fund? So the target long entry it is around 130 near 125. So we saw the resistance of around 140, but the support is around 125. So I think that's the ideal for the fund to be exposed in Apple. And the cost averaged in identified key levels. So the range of 110 and 125. And then some results that would affect our perspective is the upcoming report on earnings. Nevertheless, the target price of mobile fund for Apple in 2023 is near 150 per share. All right, so here's our trading results for the last 7 days. We sold Intel because we saw some retracement. Also tested, took some profit taking right after the downward bias. We also have some shares here from I forget about this the name of the asset. It's traded in Sydney. We also have AMSA, then AMD in Target, and so on and so forth. So all green so far. And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And the usual, kindly drop a like, share, and subscribe. And remember to follow us on eToro.